right, let me get back on subject because I got off subject. But the main thing that I just want to try to get across to anybody, I don't care if it's one person or if it's 100 people, it doesn't matter. That we need to, as Americans, stop all the bickering, stop all the bullshit, stop all the everybody's again on a side. Everybody has a side, and everybody attacks everybody. And we need to stop that and stop picking sides and realize that we have been overthrown. The American people have been put into damn near slavery situation. We're getting to a point where we will be slaves, but we'll get paid very little for it, and they'll take care of us like the good masters should, right? This is where it's headed, and this is obvious on size and control, and it's ridiculous. People say it every day, but nobody listens. It always falls on deaf ears because it's another neocon rhetoric, or it's far left garbage. That's all we look at it when somebody tries to make a point these days, and we gotta look past that shit. We gotta to immigration, all those problems. Those problems will be solved if the Constitution was restored completely. If it was what it was supposed to be, we wouldn't have the problems we have today. We wouldn't. Almost every business the government even looks at turns to dust. And now we're just going to let them control almost every bank. And now they're going, Guyton is talking about going after community banks, which are little banks. I mean, it's not going to stop. They have an opportunity, which is the economy right now, and the crisis people feel in unemployment. They have the opportunity to push forward their agenda. Just like in every other terrible thing that's ever happened to this country, there was an agenda moved. I mean, it's strange to look at. Like, why does a political party, either side, left or right, have to move forward and harsher and use the people's fear and reap off the people their emotions to bring them into what they want to do, their agenda? And it makes me crazy that, all of us, left, right, bottom, top, who gives a shit what you are, all of us have to come together, and all of us have to realize that this is about our country. This is about our Constitution. No more bullshit, man. No more just sitting there on your ass just watching your Fox News or watching your CNN and fucking barking at the TV every time the opposite side comes on the panel. We got to stop that shit, man. That's not going to help anything. Now, if we unite, and because both sides, Democrat and Republican, understand that something's going on against our Constitution, and it's being taken from us and stripped from us, which will lead us into slavery, total control. I mean, this has happened before. We've seen it before. The more government, the more control. They're going to tell you if you can get a CAT scan for your fucking brain. I mean, who has the authority? They will, obviously, if we don't get off the he said, she said bullshit and start fucking manning up and realize that they're coming after us. We have to come back, and we have to come back with the amount of people we have. If we just registered voters, you say there was like 110 million people voted on election day. If 80% of those people are against Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid, which the polls state that, but who trusts the poll? But if it states that, then how come they're not off their chair? Do you understand what I'm saying? The majority has spoke. How come they're still there? And the only reason is that we've been split into two pieces, so we're not strong enough to have that voice anymore. We're not the majority on either side, so we're split right down the goddamn middle, the way they like it. They want to keep it right here, or they want to move it into total control. That's their choice. So it's up to us to be the monkey wrench in the wheel and stop what's going on, because it is going on, and anybody that denies it needs to wake up and inform yourself. It's as simple as that. I mean, there's some disgusting shit going on in our country funded by this government, and everything leads up to some really nasty shit, and you wonder why the government would prepare so heavily for something like that. And it's only one answer to it, because they want to take control if we raise our mouth or not. But we won't, and they know we won't, and that's the problem. The problem is we're not like any other country. We're Americans, and you know, people may talk down on us all the time as in warmongers or in fat lazy motherfuckers, but believe this, we do got the strongest people, and it's proven in our military and our ability and in our quickness and swiftness on everything we do, that we are the number one country. And it will be very hard to break the spirit of people that have been bred to their constitution, which should be every American. But mostly military is constitutional to the core. And that's what they're supposed to be, because the Constitution is for the people, not for the government. And that's why our military was set up on protecting the Constitution, because that's where your power's at, is your military. And that's why that scumbag is labeling them possible terrorists. But you've seen the uproar of the country. That was amazing. I didn't believe. I thought it would go on deaf ears and people would take it. But no, the country stood up, demanded apology, and I was actually proud of that. And then you see the pro-immigration groups just got labeled as possible terror threats, and nobody outlasts. Do you see that? So we still have the country. If you look at it, we still have the country. We shot down Amnesty 2 years ago. If Amnesty was ever to be done, then I'm done with this country. I'm gone. I'm moving away. That's the final straw of my Constitution, is if Amnesty was given. And you know, they probably like for me and a lot of people to move away, but then again, it might not be that easy for me to leave because of my family in this country. But nonetheless, man, we need to stand up and be one single voice. This 50-50 shit does not work. We will never be the majority arguing sides. When we see a goddamn wolf in sheep's clothing, we need to take it out. We need to demand the resignation of that individual, and it's our right as people. So we need to put aside the left and right matters. And Democrats, you are not far left liberals. Don't get stuck supporting shit that you're not, because you are not. Democrats, you are about the Constitution. JFK was a Democrat, for Christ's sakes. Read some of his writings. He's amazing. And as a conservative, I would say that was the last Democrat that I felt that way about. And it just shows, though, that we will never get anything done arguing. We need to stop the arguing. We need to demand resignations, and we need to do it now before our children face some goddamn bullshit that they shouldn't have to face. This is a beautiful country. Thank you.